Hello there, Anika. Okay, let's go. The pie charts compare the six main expenses of Yorkshire, Derbyshire and Lancashire in the year 2014. Good. It's remarkable that all three regions had the largest expenditure on education and leisure. And while investment in social sciences and communicated fluctuated depending on the country, the budget for environment and other costs were comparable across all counties. Okay, we can't say countries, these are counties. It's like a regional district, that's all. So be careful. We also made the same mistake there. It's good, but as a recommendation, I would make that sentence shorter just to make it easier to digest from a reader's point of view, and it's probably going to be clearer as well. Okay, so one way we can make it shorter is just make the clause shorter. Just make a full stop here and get rid of that and. Okay, grammatically speaking, but we might have to change. Also, change some of the data we're reporting. Also, be careful with this word. Fluctuated is something that describes a change over a period of time. And here, there is no period of time, okay? And fluctuated is more suited for the line graphs, so be careful. Also, could we say notable instead of remarkable? Because we're not supposed to put so much subjective opinion in. It's more objective reporting, and notable is softer than remarkable. The Council of Yorkshire spent an equal amount on community care and on social services and environment together. In Derbyshire, the outlay on community care was only half of that on leisure and social services, was by far the smallest expenditure. This needs to be rewritten. Okay, I'm not certain what is actually the outcome. What's the actual point being put across? In Derbyshire, the outlay on community care was only half of that on leisure, comma, and social science was by far the smallest expenditure. I think we just needed a comma there, okay? Or are we saying that it was only half of leisure and social science services? Okay, so be careful. I think with a comma there we could solve that issue. Lancashire had equal expenses on community care, social services, environmental issues, as well as other costs. So that sounds or reads as though it was distributed equally between each one, and I think other costs is considerably smaller. So be careful there. We can't say in conclusion, we have to say in summary, or we just say overall. Overall, the major expenses of all three regions were education and leisure, while social services in Derbyshire was by far the smallest cost. Okay, good. Well done there. We've noted the exceptions, the smallest. We've also noticed the major trend, the major overview. So that's fantastic. One small tip here, just to extend your word count, because I'm pretty certain we would be under 150. Let's check. Tools, word count. 122, yeah. So what we could have done is compared Derbyshire's expense of social services with that of Yorkshire. So what we could have done is just done some more comparison between the three counties, not just comparisons within each pie chart. Okay, but overall that's good work. But we do need to work on the points that I mentioned. You know, conclusion, the data we're going to be reporting, and the vocabulary. Okay, and also sentence length and sentence structure need to be reviewed. Traditional schooling is out of date, boring, and stifles a child's natural talents. Various professionals have pushed for an education. Okay, that's the question. Whether the current education system is an outdated form, and needs to be renewed or not. Okay, or it needs to be renewed, or if it has already proven to be the appropriate way, is a contentious issue that has grown over the past few decades. Good, over the past decades, okay. Generally speaking, I think the school system provides a very profound, thorough knowledge of many topics, yet it has some drawbacks on the student's creative potential. Okay, good, very good. This essay will discuss both views by giving examples for both the merits and demerits. Okay, this essay will discuss both views using examples from Harvard University and the British government to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, remember we've got that lovely copy-paste sentence that we can adapt for our essay. On the one hand, it is crucial to give students a wide range of different subjects to study in order to let them discover their talents. Good. This is because in a young age, most children don't know about their passions and potentials. So in schools, they may have opportunities to experiment around. Okay, to experiment is fine. We don't need around there. A recent study from a leading psychologist at Harvard University has shown that most students only develop their true future plans around the age of 15. Good. Write the number 15 here. In the academic, we would probably put the number. Here we're going to write it. Okay? By the way, here we could have said over 30%, just under 20%, over a fifth. Okay? That was very important data that we were definitely missing in this part. Sorry, back to this one. Therefore, it is clear that a thorough education in multiple subjects provides them the necessary basis on which they can make a decision for their future goals. Good. On the other hand, an overweight of intellectual studies can have negative impacts on creativity. Okay, on the other hand, on the other hand, too much focus on intellectual studies, or on the other hand, too great a focus on intellectual studies can have a negative impact on creativity. Okay, singular. This is due to the fact that schools often expect students to put in a lot of effort into their education, not only during the school time itself, but also in their free time in the form of homework or self-study. So well done for using inversion there, not only, but. So that's fantastic. For some students, this is very frustrating because they we can't use contractions, remember, have any time left for other pastimes, especially creative expression. Good. Take, for example, recent governmental studies that have revealed that 20% of teenagers suffer from depression because the pressure that is coming from school is too high and they lack a proper opportunity to balance with. Okay, so that needs to be rephrased. Okay. They lack a proper opportunity to become rebalanced. I'm not so sure what we're aiming for there. As a consequence, I believe the schools must provide more freedom and provide more subjects that are related to art and creative expression. Wonderful. Good way to finish the paragraph there. Crystal clear, grammatically perfect. Excellent work there, Anika. To conclude, although the general education system isn't justifiably good when it comes to a thorough knowledge, there are still enhancements and creative support to be gained. Well done. Good vocabulary there. Very good. Here, what could we say instead of good? We could say unjustifiably valuable, worthwhile, important, significant, anything but good. Okay? Because good is rather basic. If we can use significant, that's much more valuable in terms of points. Okay, Anika, you're doing really well. What I'd like you to do now is the same as you've been doing in the past. I want you to implement all the corrections that you've heard in this video. Send me back your corrected essays, update your error list, send me a copy of the error list, and then answer me the 2 new essays that I sent to you, the 2 new questions, okay? All right, Anika, good luck and well done.